Here's what nobody tells you about workplace success. You can work harder than everyone around you and still torpedo your entire career with mistakes you don't even realize you're making. I'm talking about invisible career killers that separate people who climb the ladder from those who stay stuck. And here's the brutal part. Most of these mistakes feel like you're doing the right thing. You think you're being helpful, showing initiative, but you're actually sabotaging yourself. If you've wondered why that promotion went to someone else, what I'm about to share could completely change your career trajectory. Let's start with something that feels harmless, but poisons your reputation from day one. When you join a new team, you naturally want to prove your value by sharing experience from previous roles. The problem is, nobody wants to hear how much better things were at your old company. Every time you say, "At my last job, we did it this way," people hear, "You're doing it wrong and I'm here to fix you." You're creating resistance instead of building bridges. Treat each new role as a blank slate and absorb how this team operates before suggesting change. Now here's where things get interesting. You want to make a strong impression, so you say yes to everything. But you underestimate how long it takes to learn new systems and company culture. Before you know it, you're drowning in commitments and delivering mediocre results. The people who advance fastest aren't doing the most work. They're strategically choosing projects that give them maximum visibility. When you take on everything, you become the person who's always busy but never accomplishes anything memorable. Here's a paradox that trips up talented people. You see inefficiencies everywhere, and you're bursting with ideas. But if you try to change everything before understanding the culture, you're swimming against a tsunami. People who successfully drive change spend months observing and building relationships. They frame suggestions within existing values. If you want to be a change maker, first become a culture reader. Let's talk about something that drives managers crazy. You notice problems everywhere, so you complain constantly. Complaining without offering solutions doesn't make you insightful. It makes you toxic. Instead of saying, "This system is terrible," ask, "Why do we do it this way? Have we considered alternatives?" Once you ask genuine questions instead of complaining, you often discover good reasons for the current approach. And when there aren't, you've positioned yourself as a problem solver. Now we need to address one of the most underrated workplace skills. Most people think they're good listeners, but they're just waiting for their turn to talk. Poor listeners treat conversations like debates, scanning for errors and preparing counter-arguments. Good listeners create space where ideas can breathe. They ask questions that lead to insights. When you develop this skill, everything improves. You understand assignments better, and people actually want to work with you. Here's where it gets tricky. Initiative is something companies say they want, but show too much and you're stepping on toes. Show too little and you're passive. The key is reading your environment. Some workplaces reward independent thinking. Others expect you to follow established processes. Pay attention to what behaviors get rewarded. The mistake is showing the wrong type of initiative for your culture. How many times have you left a meeting and forgotten half of what was discussed? In fast-paced environments, details slip through constantly. The solution sounds simple. Close your laptop during meetings. Take notes by hand. Confirm action items at the end. Writing by hand forces you to process information. When you master small details, you become indispensable. Self-sufficiency is valuable until it becomes ego. The best managers would rather answer a 5-minute question than watch you waste 2 hours. Knowing when to ask for help is intelligence, not weakness. Your relationship with your manager will make or break your career. Schedule regular one-on-ones and use them to discuss your goals and vision, not just status updates. Your manager can't advocate for you if they don't know where you want to go. The people who get promoted are those whose managers actively champion them. Let's address something that seems superficial but matters. Unless your company embraces flexible hours, chronic lateness sends a terrible message. It says you don't respect others' time. And showing up late with coffee announces caffeine was more important than punctuality. Being on time communicates professionalism. With technology, work communication has become incredibly casual. but what reads as playful sarcasm might land as offensive. Keep professional communication professional. If you're having a disagreement, pick up the phone. Tone gets lost in text and misunderstandings escalate quickly. Office drama is everywhere. Unless something directly impacts your work, stay out of it. Be a vault for information. Never put anything in writing you wouldn't want broadcast company-wide. People who advance stay above the fray.
Technology has erased the line between work and personal time. Without boundaries, work bleeds into every corner of your life and burnout becomes inevitable. Set explicit boundaries. Decide when work ends and protect that time. People who sustain long careers work intentionally, not constantly.
Modern offices are designed to be fun but distracting. Here's how to stay productive. Limit messaging channels and optimize notifications. Schedule distraction-free time. Invest in noise-canceling headphones. Protect the hours you work rather than just working more hours.
Your biggest career advocate needs to be yourself. Start keeping an accomplishment journal. Every week, write down problems you solved and results you achieved. When performance review time comes, you'll have concrete evidence ready.
Setting goals feels obvious, yet people skip this step. Without clear goals, you're just reacting to whatever gets thrown at you. Make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. Goals give you the bigger picture when daily work feels like a grind. Don't limit yourself to your current department. Big organizations have opportunities you might not know exist. Companies prefer internal moves over external hires. Your current workplace is your best network. Times have changed from when decades of company loyalty was the norm. Today, staying too long might hurt your career. So, when should you move on? Optimize for learning. If you're still acquiring skills and growing, stay. But if you've plateaued or you're being prevented from developing capabilities, explore other options. Finally, we need to talk about burnout. It's real and increasingly common. Are you constantly exhausted? More irritable? Taking longer to complete tasks? These are warning signs. If you're experiencing burnout, take time off and evaluate what led to this state. Talk to your manager about adjustments. If things can't change, look for roles offering better balance. Your health will always matter more than any job.